I have just made some a little bit easy. I have not easy. Delivery ratio is the same, which I just told you yesterday. That is the mass of delivered air or mixture per cycle divided by reference mass. The in this equation, reference mass is the displaced volume and the intake density. So it is same. Next is charging efficiency. The charging efficiency is mass of delivered air or mixture retained. Whatever is retained inside divided by displaced volume into ambient density, right? So charging density actually what it tells us, it indicates how effectively the cylinder volume has been filled with fresh air or mixture. How effectively the cylinder volume has been filled with fresh air or mixture. Then is trapping efficiency. In the trapping efficiency, it is defined as mass of delivered air or mixture retained divided by mass of delivered air or mixture. So whatever is trapped out of the delivered air, whatever is what actual mass which is for our use is trapped inside the cylinder. So it is known as trapping efficiency, right? It indicates what fraction of the air or mixture supplied to the cylinder is retained in the cylinder. Then is scavenging efficiency. I have changed it to the instead of volume, I'm talking about mass now. The scavenging efficiency defined as mass of delivered air or mixture retained divided by mass of trapped cylinder charge. So it is I'm trapped because since I was talking about other efficiencies in terms of mass, therefore I thought that I should convert it instead of talking about volume. I have just changed it to mass so that so it will be easy for you to remember these. So because if these trapping efficiency, you can know the difference between the trapping efficiency, charging efficiency, and scavenging efficiency. So scavenging efficiency is actually whatever is trapped and whatever we have actually inside it. It tells us, indicates to what extent residual gases in the cylinder have been replaced with fresh air. So this is the purpose of scavenging, to replace the residual gases with the fresh air. So this is the scavenging efficiency. Now purity of the charge, I have told you yesterday, is the actual mass divided by trapped mass. So whatever is trapped, so whatever is actually inside it is the purity. So what is how much it is pure, right? What we talk about that, how much this charge that we have when the exhaust valve is closed, how much has been left in the cylinder is pure. So this is known as purity. This indicates the degree of dilution with burned gases of the unburned mixture in the cylinder. M actually refers to the fresh charge retained in the cylinder. So charging efficiency is delivery ratio multiplied by trapping efficiency. I told you yesterday. And charging efficiency, you know that M actually divided by volume, reference volume. So it is when we multiply it, delivery ratio is delivery divided by reference, multiplied by actual divided by delivered. So it is charging efficiency is lambda into trapping efficiency. So here this M reference, what we are talking about in delivery ratio, here we are taking it as the displacement volume or swept volume of the cylinder multiplied by density of the charge, what is coming inside. So if it is air, then density of air. If it is air fuel mixture, then the density of air fuel mixture will be there. And then relation between scavenging efficiency, trapping efficiency, delivery ratio. When the reference mass is the trapped cylinder mass, what I have told you yesterday, that the displacement volume multiplied by density is the ideally suitable. If we talk no in actual sense, what we have retained, what we are trapped inside the cylinder, we take that as reference mass because each time our cylinder is our piston cylinder is trapping that mass. So if we talk about that reference mass, then in that case, scavenging efficiency will be lambda delivery ratio multiplied by trapping efficiency. So in this case, M actual trapped is equal to M delivered and trapped into M actual M delivered. So these cancels out. It is M actual over M trapped. Then in the real scavenging processes, these are the relations we have just discussed. Now what happens in the real scavenging processes? Mixing occurs as the fresh charge displaces the burned gases, and some of the fresh charge may be expelled. In the reality, some of the fresh charge will be expelled, right? So, ideal models. So, what are the ideal models? I have just told you yesterday, it is perfect scavenging, in which if burned gases pushed out by fresh mixture without mixing. Burnt gases have been pushed out by fresh mixture without mixing. So we call perfect scavenging has taken place, which is ideal. You know, it cannot happen actually, because when the both ports are open, inlet exhaust ports are open, then some of the fresh mixture will go along with the that burnt gases. And in the complete mixing scenario, if fresh mixture mixes instantaneously and uniformly with burnt gases already present in the cylinder, that is, whatever is present in the cylinder completely, our fresh mixture completely mixes with that. So I've told you two different ends of the story. Number one is perfect scavenging, is one end of this thing, and the other end is complete mixing. Complete mixing takes place. So whenever the exhaust port is closed, the charge is present, which is mixed with the previous burnt gases. So we take out these scavenging models. First of all, perfect displacement, assumption, and case one. What are the assumptions in perfect displacement? It is assumed that no mixing of the incoming gases with the burnt gases. This is an assumption. Then the process occurs at a constant cylinder volume and pressure. That is, whatever mixture is being taken in, the same quantity of previous mixture, burnt gases, is going out. That is, the volume remains constant inside the cylinder and pressure remains constant. So whatever pressure is being expelled, a new pressure is being taken. So pressure and volume both remains constant. This is ideal case. This is ideal scavenging. And then there is no heat transfer from either the burnt gas or the cylinder wall. So this is also ideal case assumption. There will be no heat transfer. So then in the case one, and also I will say one more thing here, that the ambient density remains constant. Whatever is getting inside, its density remains constant throughout. So this is also the ideal scenario. Then case one, delivery ratio is less than unity. That is, not all the exhaust gases are displaced. This is the case one, which can happen. All of their mixture emitted will be trapped, and the trapped mass will include some burnt gases. So this is case one in scavenging model. Delivery ratio is less than unity. That is, not all the exhaust gases are displaced. All of the air mixture admitted will be trapped, and the trapped mass will include some burnt gases. So whatever we have inducted is there. It is available. It is trapped. It is also an ideal case because some of it will go out. But we are saying that in this case one, the whatever we have inducted is trapped, is inside it. So that scavenging efficiency equals to the delivery ratio. Whatever we are getting inside, scavenging efficiency is equal to it. Trapping efficiency is one. Whatever is we have put delivered, is trapped inside the cylinder. So trapping efficiency is one. And this scenario takes place when the delivery ratio is less than one. That is, whatever reference mass is there, if we are giving more delivered, we are delivering more thing, then it is delivered divided by reference. So when delivered is more and reference is less, so delivery ratio is less than one. I'm saying otherwise. If reference is more and delivered is less, so reference is more, that is inside is more, and delivered trapped is more, and delivered is less than one in ideal case. So it is in that case, scavenging efficiency will be equal to delivery ratio. Next case is case two, when the delivery ratio is greater than unity. Then all the burnt gases will be displaced so that the scavenging efficiency is unity. However, some of the admitted air mixture will also be exhausted so that the trapping efficiency will be less than unity. Right? So this is the case two. When all the burnt gases have been displaced, they have been removed. So scavenging efficiency is perfect, is unity. However, some of the admitted air, the trapped air, will get outside with the so tapping efficiency will be less than unity. So that scavenging efficiency is 1, trapping efficiency is 1 over lambda when lambda is greater than 1. Now, in scavenging model, perfect mixing case, the perfect mixing model assumes that was scavenging perfect displacement model. This is perfect mixing model. In this model, the perfect mixing model assumes now when all the fresh charge is mixed with the previous charge, instantaneous homogeneous mixing occurs within the cylinder. Instantaneous homogeneous mixing occurs within the cylinder. The process occurs at a constant pressure and volume in the cylinder. Again, the same thing. Whatever is being given is instantaneously mixed with the gases, burnt gases, which were present in the cylinder. So when these gases are coming out from the exhaust, they are also carrying the fresh charge mixed with it. So in that case, the volume and pressure will remain constant. Whatever volume is going out, the volume is inducted in. Whatever pressure is going out, the pressure is inducted in. So pressure and volume both are in this case, again assume that these remain constant. The system is isothermal. Isothermal means temperature is also remains unchanged. System is at the same temperature. Whatever is coming in, the inside system temperature remains same with no heat transfer from the cylinder walls. So it is also assumption. The incoming air or mixture and the burnt gases have equal and constant ambient densities. Incoming air mixture and the burnt gases have equal and constant ambient densities. This is also assumption because only in this case the instantaneous mixing will be possible when they have equal and constant densities. So in this case, instantaneous mixing will be possible because I have told you that piston is moving too fast inside the cylinder. So if we assume that mixing is taking place all over, then density should be same because I have told you that mixing also takes some time. Diffusion also takes some time, and this is only possible when we assume these things. So in perfect mixing, we need some calculations, and in this, for example, consider in the time interval dt at time t, in a small time interval dt, a mass element dme enters the cylinder, right? And an equal amount of mixture, a mass dme enters the cylinder, and equal amount of mixture dml leaves the cylinder. So mass is entered, equal amount is leaving the cylinder. Then the gas leaving the cylinder comprises a mixture of previously admitted air and burnt gases of instantaneous composition X. In that instant, we're talking about instant, when some mass was entered, it was mixed, and now in the time dt, this mass which has been mixed with the previous burnt gases, both are equally mixed and are coming out of the cylinder. So the air is coming, fresh is coming in, equally mass going out. So that instantaneous displacement will be, composition will be given if we let the total mass cylinder as represented by m. If the total mass in the cylinder all the time is represented by m, then the instantaneous composition is given by instantaneous mass or volume or mixture in the air divided by total mass or volume in the cylinder. This is the that is the volume of air mixture which has been injected freshly. This is present in that instant inside the cylinder divided by total mass or volume in the cylinder. This is the instantaneous composition during that small time interval. This is the composition. If this we take this thing, the formula, then differentiating this equation to know the charge in the mass of trapped air. So we bring m here, mx is equal to ma, and we differentiate it, m dx is equal to dma. We will come to know the change in the mass of trapped air. But how much mass of trapped air will be changed when we differentiate it? So Also, we should know that change in the mass of trapped air is the difference of the inflow and outflow. You know this. So, how much the change in the mass of trapped air, this is the trapped air, is the difference of inflow, whatever is getting in, and what fraction is going out. That is DML during dash multiplied by the instantaneous fraction, whatever is going out. Recalling that whatever is coming in is equal to whatever is going out, DME is equal to DML. So DMA is equal to DME into 1 minus X. We are placing DML here, DME here. So DMA is equal to DME into 1 minus X. Therefore, MDX is equal to DME into 1 minus X. Now, above equation can be written as dx over 1 minus x is equal to dme over m, and the total mass in cylinder m is a constant. And above equation, this equation can be integrated, noting the limits that at the start of scavenging there is totally burned gas. So at the start of scavenge, x is 0, and when we are just start of that interval, when x is 0 and ME, whatever is entered is 0, nothing has entered, instantaneous composition is we're taking from 0 to the case when the end of scavenge, when X is perfectly replaced, that is scavenging efficiency, X has reached the scavenging efficiency, what the piston cylinder can do, can scavenge efficiently. And ME is equal to delivery ratio multiplied by the inside total mass. Delivery ratio multiplied total mass. So we are integrating under this limit dx over 1 minus x from 0 to scavenging efficiency, and dme over m from 0 to delivery ratio multiplied by total mass. So doing this, integration gives minus natural log of 1 minus scavenging efficiency is equal to delivery ratio, or natural log of 1 minus scavenging efficiency is equal to minus is brought here minus lambda e raised to power this, e raised to power this. So we get the equation scavenging efficiency is equal to 1 minus e raised to power minus lambda. Now since we know that scavenging efficiency is equal to delivery ratio trapping efficiency, therefore trapping efficiency is equal to 1 over lambda into 1 minus e raised to power minus lambda. So here I stop and ask you if you have any question. Yes, Osama, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where is my friend Azizullah, who was discussing me yesterday? A good, fruitful discussion we had.
Yes,
Azizullah,
sir.
present? Have you understood? Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. समझ आ रही है.
Okay, fine. So this is a total all formula which we have in this lecture, and after that we will have a few numerical basic on this, and those numericals are very easy. I just tell you. Going to the next stage, here is the graph for these efficiencies when perfect displacement is there. So this is the graph relating to the delivery ratio with scavenging and trapping efficiencies. So when in case of perfect displacement, when scavenging efficiencies rises from 0 to 1, delivery ratio 1, then trapping efficiencies goes down from 1 to it goes straight line scavenging efficiency, and depending on the delivery ratio, trapping efficiency goes down when it reaches 1. When the scavenging efficiency is increasing because of their relation which we have just discussed. And similarly, in perfect mixing case, when scavenging efficiency is adopting this curve, then trapping efficiency will be going down from 1. This curve, and here both will meet at this place. So this is the graph, scavenging efficiency, trapping efficiency versus delivery ratio for perfect displacement and complete mixing models. Factors affecting scavenging efficiencies. Scavenging efficiency is reduced by short circuiting. When the fresh mixture from inlet port leaves the exhaust port without entering burnt gases, right? Second factor is pockets or dead zone, which I've told you that there may be some pockets inside the cylinder where the burnt gases are present, and our scavenging mechanism could not reach to those pockets. So obviously this will be a problem in the big cylinders where some mass is trapped and we cannot scavenge it perfectly. So pockets or dead zones are there when burnt gases are trapped in that zone of the cylinder and escape displacement or entrainment by the scavenging flow. For example, pockets is the cylinder piston liners around the piston. Again, it is there is some pocket around it where the mixture can be retained. And if wall is present, then there will be some place around it when it is closed. When the walls are closed, some of the mixture is trapped there. So there can be pockets, and also in the corners of the cylinder where the mixture is trapped and it is not scavenged. Scavenging efficiency is increased by increasing the number and reducing the size of inlet ports, so that we have the multiple places for moving the mixture inside under pressure. So in that case, the scavenging efficiency will be improved by increasing the number and reducing the size of the inlet ports. So of course, when we need to increase the number, then at the same time we need to reduce the size of the inlet ports, so that we have entered the air from different ports inside it. We have more area for entering the fresh charge inside the cylinder instead of making one big transfer port. Then directing the fresh air jets after entering the cylinder to impinge on each other or against the cylinder wall. We make the angle of the ports in such a way that when the pressurized charge gets inside, it is impinged on each other and on the cylinder wall, so that these are distributed uniformly inside the cylinder and they push out the fresh charge. So during there, before these attain the same pressure what is inside the cylinder, right? So that will increase the scavenging efficiency. Swirl in the uniflow scavenging. Uniflow, I've told you that from one end it enters and to the other end. That is, if it is entering from bottom dead center, then the gases are leaving at top dead center. If the gases are entering at top dead center, then these are leaving at bottom dead center. In either case, we have to place a wall on the top dead center, on the top of the piston, on the top of the cylinder. We need to have a wall. From where either we make it exhaust wall or we make it inlet wall. And if it is made exhaust wall, then inlet port will be in the bottom. Inlet ports will be in the bottom dead center. If it is made inlet wall, the exhaust port will be at the bottom of the cylinder. So in any case, uniflows will be there. And if we make the swirl, we make the direction of we make the flow inside it, so that when it enters the cylinder, it have a swirl. Then the scavenging efficiency will be increased. Departure from perfect scavenging. The departure from perfect scavenging behavior is evident when we can know that perfect scavenging not taking place. So we can know when we take the exhaust coming out of the two-stroke engine, and we analyze it, and we find, okay, this much fresh air is still inside it. So that is how we can calculate. We can analyze the mixture at the exhaust, and then we take the sample of that, and we see how much unburned hydrocarbons are present in the exhaust. That will tell us that how much scavenging has not been done. That will tell us that how much scavenging we need to improve. So That will be the first sign of the departure from perfect scavenging. For loop scan engine, this is typically when lambda is the delivery ratio is about zero point 0.4. It has been seen experimentally in the loop scavenge engine that delivery ratio is 0.4. And you know what is loop scavenge, in which the both inlet and exhaust ports are at the same side of the cylinder. That is, a piston first opens the inlet port and then moves down and pass through the transfer port of the piston first opens the exhaust port when it moves down, and then it uncovers the transfer port. So both are at the same time, and we have just discussed that in that case piston will have a hump shaped deflector. So when the from transfer port, when the mixture fresh charges are coming inside, then these are deflected towards the top, and then again from that deflection, then these come down and these push out the gases from the exhaust port. Either it is a flat seal or slightly humped in the loop scavenge. Either it's a flat or slightly humped. Then is for uniflow scavenging, this perfect scavenging phase lasts somewhat longer. You know that in uniflow scavenging, mixture fresh may coming from one side and pushing out the gases to the other side. Then therefore, this perfect scavenging phase lasts somewhat longer. For cross scavenging, it is over sooner because short circuiting path is shorter. Cross scavenging is when inlet port is on one side, transfer port is on one side, and exhaust port is on the other side. So we need a good deflector of the piston. In the loop scavenge, we may have a smaller deflector, but in cross scavenge, we need to have a good deflector of the piston, a hump shaped on the piston head, so that when the charge is pushed inside, it moves first to the top and then move back to take the exhaust out through the other side of the exhaust port to the exhaust port. So these are the departure from perfect scavenging in different scavenging systems, and then we shall discuss the scavenging pumps. The scavenging pumps are used to deliver air and mixture to the inlet port of the cylinder at high pressure. Following types of pumps used for scavenging are shown next slide. Crankcase scavenging, a roots pump, centrifugal pump, piston pump. So instead of going into detail of these pumps, into their pumping efficiencies and different things, I have just made it small, because then they will take too much time, because you have studied the pumps during your fluid mechanics course. Therefore, you know the efficiency of the centrifugal pumps, you know the efficiency of the roots pump. You have discussed there in the fluid mechanics, in the fluid machineries, fluid mechanics machineries, in the pumps and different other things. So here we'll just touch upon a little, and I'll show you the picture of these. In the crankcase, we have just shown that inside the crankcase, when piston comes down, it pushes the charge inside it, and through the transfer port goes to the inlet to the chamber and then out. So this is what we have just discussed. It is placed inside of the scavenging system. No extra part is required, as inlet air or mixture is bound by the piston itself during power stroke. When the power stroke, when the piston is coming down, then it is compressing the fresh charge inside the crankcase and pushing it, since at that time the inlet port is closed and only cylinder is pushing this fresh charge through the transfer port to the inside of the chamber. What is chamber? It is above the piston head, inside the cylinder. So this is crankcase scavenging. It is used for small engine. You can get it from this, that it can be only used for small engines. So then is root pump scavenging. In root pump scavenging, we have another arrangement of these types of pumping system. It is used for small engine where uniflow or scavenging is preferred to achieve higher scavenging efficiency. So it is used for small engines where uniflow scavenging is preferred. In uniflow scavenging, we have a valve, exhaust valve. When this pump is driven, then it pushes the air, fresh charge, through these pores inside the cylinder and pushing out the exhaust gases out through the exhaust valve. So when the piston starts moving up, this valve closes. When the piston starts moving up, this valve closes and the piston moves up and then the power stroke takes place. Then is centrifugal pump. Centrifugal pump is used for larger engines where uniflow scavenging preferred to achieve higher scavenging efficiency. This is the centrifugal pump. This is pressurizing the fresh charge, moving it through the ports inside it, and it is uniflow. This is the inlet inside the chamber, and this is the exhaust. That is exhaust is there. So these two pistons when these two pistons move here in the center, then the mixture is compressed, and here the burning of the fuel takes place, and then piston moves back. The piston moves back. The centrifugal pump allows more air inside, and previous exhaust goes outside. So I hope that you can understand this picture. Anyone having any query about it? Okay. Then we come over to the piston pump scavenging. In the piston pump scavenging, this is used for larger engines where cross flow scavenging is preferred. To obviate the requirement to get out of the requirement of the separate valve for exhaust as a uniflow scavenging. So this is used for larger engines where cross flow scavenging is preferred. So because why cross flow scavenging is preferred? We do not want to have extra valve on the top. So piston pump scavenging as the valve, there is no requirement separate valve for exhaust as in uniflow scavenging. So this is for cross flow scavenging for the larger pumps. So next we discuss about the problems in a loop scavenging system, the delivery ratio. Okay, before this, if anyone has any query regarding these slides. Azizullah, is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So the problem is in a loop scavenging system, the delivery ratio is 1.2. If this is increased by 50% by some other system, what is the percentage increase in scavenging efficiency? So this is a very small problem. We have one formula for this. We have just developed that scavenging efficiency is equal to 1 minus e to the power minus lambda. We put in 1.2 here. We find the scavenging efficiency as 69.8%. Now it's saying if delivery ratio is increased by 50%, then lambda is equal to 1.2 plus 50 over 100 multiplied by 1.2 is equal to 1.8. And putting this 1.8 now here in the formula, the scavenging efficiency is increased to 83.5%. So what is percentage increase in scavenging efficiency? 83.5 minus 70 over 70 to 100 is equal to, we take it as 69.8% is about 70%. So just to reduce the burden on our calculation, we have just assumed as 70%. You may write 9.8% as well. So it is about 19.28%. This is percentage increase. Then is next problem. So this is, you see, very small problem. Do you like it? Azizullah, have you understood this problem? Other students, anyone who couldn't understand?
Yes, sir, समझ आ
गया.
जी
So
सर,
next problem. Good. So next problem is also. हाँ जी.
सर ये तो आसान है, पेपर में भी इसी तरह सिंपल आएंगे.
दे दूंगा ना, क्या फर्क पड़ता है.
सर आप बहुत अच्छे.
Thank you.
अब तो कंफर्म आएगा।
Next problem is the scavenging efficiency of a two-stroke engine is 70%. If the scavenging efficiency is to be increased by 10%, what is the percentage change in scavenging ratio or delivery ratio, right? So scavenging efficiency is 1 minus E to the minus lambda. So 0.7. First of all, we need to know what is the what is telling scavenging ratio, delivery ratio is the same thing. So delivery ratio कितना होगा? तो ये हम इस फॉर्मूले से we will take out 0.7 1 minus e to the power minus lambda. So e to the power minus lambda is equal to 1 minus 0.7 is equal to 0.3. So e to the minus lambda is 0.3 and 1 over e to the lambda is equal to 0.3 and e to the lambda is equal to 3.33. So log of e by lambda is equal to log of 3.33. Natural log दोनों के ले रहे हैं. So lambda is equal to 1.204. ठीक है जी. ये तो आपका आ गया डिलीवरी रेशो, यानी कि उसने पहली बात की थी कि 70% स्कैवेंजिंग एफिशिएंसी है, तो हमने उसके ऊपर निकाला कि इसका डिलीवरी रेशो क्या होगा. डिलीवरी रेशो निकाल दिया इस तरह. अब डिलीवरी रेशो निकाल के अब वो कहता है, now it says that if the scavenging efficiency is to be increased by 10%, then what should be the delivery ratio? For 10% increase in scavenging efficiency, we have 0.7 plus 10 by 100 into 0.7 is equal to 0.77. So 0.77 is equal to 1 minus e by lambda. So e by lambda is equal to 1 minus 0.77 is equal to 0.23 and 1 over minimum lambda is 0.23. Again, doing this, we get lambda as 1.47. So percentage decrease in lambda is equal to 1.47 minus 1.204, which was previously obtained. Divided by 1.204 is equal to 22.09. So percentage increase in lambda is 22.09%. Easy है?
सर
Yes, sir.
ठीक है.
10%
हाँ जी, पूछिए, किसी ने सवाल पूछना?
सर ये जो 10% इंक्रीमेंट हुई है, ये 0.7 में ऐड होके 0.8 नहीं बनेगा?
10% उसका इंक्रीमेंट हुआ है. देखिए, आपने जब इंक्रीज करना है, अब आप कहते हैं कि 100 में से 10 इंक्रीज हुआ, इसका मतलब यही है ना. 10% इंक्रीज का मतलब क्या होता है? 100 में से अगर 100 एफिशिएंसी होती तो 10 इंक्रीज होता. अगर 0.7 एफिशिएंसी है तो कितना इंक्रीज होगा? ठीक है ना.
ठीक.
तो वो आपका ये फैक्टर आ जाता है. इसको फिर इसमें ऐड कर देंगे तो 0.77 हो गया. ठीक है ना. क्योंकि वो जो ऑलरेडी है ना एफिशिएंसी, जो आप बात करें ना, आप बात किस तरह समझें कि वो जो ऑलरेडी एफिशिएंसी व्हाटएवर इज देयर, उसके 10% इंक्रीज हुआ, क्योंकि ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट एफिशिएंसी इज 70%. तो इफ इसका 70% का 10% इंक्रीज हुआ है, हालांकि 80% नहीं हुआ, वो कह रहा है इसी 70% में का जो एफिशिएंसी थी, इसी का 10% इंक्रीज हुआ है. अभी समझ गए? इस तरह समझे इसको. So this is the second problem. And then the third problem is the scavenging efficiency and delivery ratio of a loop scavenged two-stroke diesel engine are 60% and 1.1. Find the trapping efficiency of the engine. सबसे पहले trapping efficiency निकालनी है. If trapping efficiency is increased by 10%, find the corresponding decrease in the delivery ratio. क्योंकि आपने ग्राफ में देखा है कि जब अगर हम zoom करते हैं scavenging efficiency remains constant, ये उतनी रहे जितनी पहले थी, तो लाज़मी बात है कि we know that scavenging efficiency is equal to delivery ratio to trapping efficiency. तो जब अगर trapping efficiency जो है वो अगर हम इंक्रीज करते हैं तो डिलीवरी रेशो कम हो जाएगा. सो सबसे पहले मैंने जो बात की थी स्कैवेंजिंग एफिशिएंसी इज इक्वल टू डिलीवरी रेशियो टू ट्रैपिंग एफिशिएंसी. तो ट्रैपिंग एफिशिएंसी इज इक्वल टू स्कैवेंजिंग इनटू 1 ओवर डिलीवरी रेशियो, और ये आ जाता है 54%. तो ट्रैपिंग एफिशिएंसी ये आपको गिवन है. स्कैवेंजिंग एफिशिएंसी ये उसने कहा 60% है. ठीक है. तो ये आ गया आपका ट्रैपिंग एफिशिएंसी कितनी आ गई? 54%. नाउ इफ ट्रैपिंग एफिशिएंसी इज इंक्रीज बाय 10%, तो फिर अब आप इसको 10% 64 नहीं करेंगे, बल्कि आप इसको करेंगे 0.54 प्लस 10 over 100 into 0.54 is equal to 0.594. So then trapping efficiency is 59.4%. दिस इज 59.4%. अब इसको अगर मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, ठीक है ना, 100 से, तो 59.4% है. सो डिलीवरी रेशियो इज स्कैवेंजिंग एफिशिएंसी. उसको अपने जो यूनिट में से लिखेंगे ज्यादा इजी रहेगा. परसेंटेज, जब भी आप सॉल्यूशन करते हैं परसेंटेजेस का, तो 60% को 60 नहीं लिखते, बल्कि आप 60 को 0.6 लिखेंगे, क्योंकि आप यूनिट मेथड्स में आएंगे. यूनिट मेथड में सब कुछ मौजूद होता है, इसलिए आप यूनिट मेथड से सॉल्व करेंगे. सो डिलीवरी रेशियो इज इक्वल टू 0.60 डिवाइड बाय 0.594 is equal to 1.01. So delivery ratio has been reduced. You can see पहले कितना था 1.1, अभी कितना हो गया 1.01. So decreased delivery ratio is 1.1 minus 1.01 divided by 1.1 into 100. 8.18% decrease हुआ है delivery ratio. So these are the 3 problems after which lecture is finished. समझ आ गया? Anyone having query in this lecture? अगर सबको समझ आ गया तो मैं अटेंडेंस ले लूं.
जी सर, ले लें अटेंडेंस.
जी जी पूछे. वो भी पंप ही होता है. जो टर्बो चार्जर है बेसिकली वो यही पंप का काम कर रहा होता है. टर्बो चार्जर और सुपर चार्जर. टर्बो चार्जर जो है वो बेसिकली जो इसका एग्जॉस्ट निकलता है इंजन का, उसके ऊपर ड्राइव लेता है, टरबाइन होती है, और फिर इनकमिंग मिक्सर को प्रेस करके भेजता है. वो बिल्कुल एक ही चीज है. मैंने इसको जो सुपर चार्जर है बेसिकली मैंने इसको एज अ स्कैवेंजिंग पंप के नाम से इसमें लिया है. चीज एक ही है. वो सुपर चार्जर, टर्बो चार्जर, स्कैवेंजिंग पंप सेम थिंग, मतलब इट इज नॉट अ डिफरेंट थिंग, क्योंकि दोनों का मकसद यही होता है कि फ्रेश चार्ज को कंप्रेस करके अंदर डालना. तो बेसिकली दोनों पंप कर रहे हैं. और जो सुपर चार्जर होता है वो बेसिकली जैसे मैं सेंट्रीफ्यूगल पंप बताया है, रूट ब्लोअर पंप बताया है, तो ये सुपर चार्जर में ड्राइव लेते हैं क्रैंकशाफ्ट से. जब ये क्रैंकशाफ्ट से ड्राइव लें तो हम इन्हीं को कहते हैं सुपर चार्जर है. पिस्टन पंप हो गया, रूट ब्लोअर पंप हो गया, और दूसरा हो गया सेंट्रीफ्यूगल पंप हो गया. और अगर ये ड्राइव लें एग्जॉस्ट के टरबाइन से, एग्जॉस्ट गैस को टरबाइन में पास करें, वहां से ड्राइव लें, देन दीज आर नोन एज टर्बो चार्जर. ठीक है मुनीब, समझ आ गया? मुनीब, आर यू देयर? चलो ठीक है. सो किसी और का क्वेश्चन है या मैं स्टार्ट करूं अटेंडेंस?
सर एक चीज पूछनी थी.
जी पूछें.
सर ये हमारी प्रेजेंटेशंस कब से स्टार्ट होंगे, एफवाईपी की डिफेंस प्रेजेंटेशन?
एफवाईपी की प्रेजेंटेशन जो शेड्यूल बन रहा है वो 19 तारीख से स्टार्ट होंगी. ठीक है, तो वो आपको पता चल जाएगा. आपके सुपरवाइजर
तो हमें थोड़ा पहले बता देते ताकि फिर हम वो काम कर लेते. मतलब
मेरा ख्याल है जब आपको लॉट हो गया, देखिए ये काम अभी ये डिस्कशन वैसे लेक्चर के अलावा ही है. बात ये है कि